Hello readers, and thank you for coming to another spelling lesson. This week we are still in SAVVAS MyView Literacy, Unit 2, Lesson 5 for 3rd grade. Our lesson this week is on contractions. Now, in case you don't remember what contractions are, I do want to go ahead and go over that with you. A contraction is a shorter way to say two words. When the two words are put together, the first word stays the same, and certain letters are taken out of the second word, and the apostrophe takes the place of the missing letters. And you can see that right here with the word do plus not equals don't. And where that missing O is, that's where we put the apostrophe. So it goes where the missing letter is. Now, I do want to go ahead in advance. As we get started, I want to go over our routine that we always use. I do want to apologize in advance. I don't have my whiteboard and marker to do it with you today, so I will just tell you what to do. And I'll be recording a few videos today, so hopefully it won't mess you up too badly on the other ones either. But so the first thing we'll do is we'll say the word. Then we'll map the sounds. We'll just count them. We'll say the word. We'll spell the word, and when you spell it with these, I still want you to say apostrophe because I want you to know where it goes. Next, I want you to write the word, and then at the very end, when we circle the pattern, we're just going to circle that apostrophe because I want you to get in the habit of seeing it, recognizing it, and knowing where it goes. So we're going to practice that together. Okay? Are you ready? Let's get started. Our first word is I've. Say I've. Map the sounds. I. V. I've. Spell it. Remember when we spell it, we smash it. So we're going to smash the word I, apostrophe V E, I've. Write it, and I will tell you how to spell it. Capital I, apostrophe V E. And what are we going to circle? The apostrophe. So put a little circle around that apostrophe. Our next word is let's. Say let's. That's for let us. Map the sounds. L, E, T, S. Let's. Spell it. L, E, T, apostrophe, S. Let's. Write it. L, E, T, apostrophe S. And again, don't forget to circle the apostrophe. Our next word is can't. Say can't. Stands for cannot. Map the sounds. K, E, N, T. Can't. Spell it. C, A, N, apostrophe T, can't. Write it. C, A, N, apostrophe T. And then, of course, what do we circle? The apostrophe. That's correct. Our next word, aren't. For are not. Say aren't. Map the sounds. R, N, aren't. Spell it. A, R, E, N, apostrophe T, aren't. And write it. A, R, E, N, apostrophe T. And you can see where that missing O is for are not. That's where we put the apostrophe, and we circle it. Our next word is didn't. Say didn't. That's for did not. Map the sounds. D, id, n, t. Didn't. And spell it. D, I, D, N, apostrophe T, didn't. And write it. D, I, D, N, apostrophe T. And again, the apostrophe goes where the missing O is, and we circle it. Our next word is won't. Say won't. That stands for will not. I know it's not, doesn't look quite right for combining two words, but that's what it stands for. Map the sounds. W, o, n, t. Won't. Spell it. W, o, n, apostrophe, t, won't. And write it. W, o, n, apostrophe, t. And circle the apostrophe. Our next word is couldn't. Say couldn't. Stands for could not. Map the sounds. K, d, n, t. Couldn't. Spell it. C, O, U, L, D, N, apostrophe, T. Couldn't. Write it. C, O, U, L, D, N, apostrophe, T. And circle the apostrophe where the O used to be. Our next word is wouldn't. Say wouldn't. Oops, I skipped a spot. For would not, now let's map the sounds. W, d, n, t. Wouldn't. Spell it. W, O, U, L, D, N, apostrophe, T. Wouldn't. And write it. W, O, U, L, D, N, apostrophe, T. And circle that apostrophe where the O used to be. Our next word is you've. Say you've. That's for you have. Map the sounds. Y, oo, v. You've. Spell it. Y, O, U, apostrophe, V, E. You've. And write it. Y, O, U, apostrophe, V, E. In this word, the apostrophe stands for the H and the A. And don't forget to circle it. Our next word is doesn't. Say doesn't. That's right, for does not. Map the sounds. D, s, n, t. Doesn't. Spell it. D, O, E, S, N, apostrophe, T. Doesn't. Write it. D, O, E, S, N, apostrophe, T. And don't forget to circle the apostrophe where the O used to be. Now let's go ahead and add our two high-frequency words that SAVVAS put in. Our first word is contain. Say contain. Map the sounds. K, n, t, a, n. Contain. Spell it. C, O, N, T, A, I, N. Contain. And write it. C, O, N, T, A, I, N. And our last word is front. Say front. Map the sounds. F, n, t. Front. Spell it. F, R, O, N, T. Front. And write it. F, R, O, N, T. And that is our last word for this week's list. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Until next time, happy reading.